Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Court calls the case of Homestead Commons versus Diane Chapman.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Carrie Zanin on behalf of plaintiff.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Your Honor. Ron French appearing on behalf of Ms. Chapman.
I had asked him to be off my case. He was,
Who?
Mr. Frank was supposed to be off my case. He's not supposed to be appearing. He called the law firm that assigned him, and I sent him an email and told him to withdraw.
I actually think.
Yeah, that's why I'm appearing, Your Honor, to withdraw on the case.
So the parties are in agreement to withdraw?
No,
You-
no,
I'm in agreement, Your Honor.
I know.
he's in agreement, but he didn't explain stuff appropriately to me, and then he started.
Okay, so ma'am, you don't, the only thing the withdrawal has to do with is you don't want him as your attorney, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be your attorney.
Yeah.
So
He
I
didn't show up for court. He didn't show up for court the last time. He didn't tell me.
okay, so you don't want him as your attorney, right? Am I correct in that?
Yes, sir.
And counsel, you have no objection to withdrawing on this or to the court ordering withdrawal?
No objection at all, Your Honor. We're asking.
All right, counsel is relieved of any further obligations from this case.
Thank you,
Have a
Judge.
good weekend.
Good luck
Thank
to
you. Okay. All right. What are we doing on this case? How much is owing?
Judge, this is actually termination.
Well,
and
this is a
tenancy.
termination.
This was a end of lease. Lease expired on January 21st, 2025. Notice to quit was actually sent on December 4th, 2024, indicating that Ms. Chapman should move by February 3rd, 2025. So at this point, Your Honor, I'm asking for a judgment of possession with a writ issue in 10 days. I know that we, when counsel was on, we spoke about giving some additional time to vacate, and the offer was through 45 days, which would be the end of April, Judge, with payments for rent for March and April. I don't know where Ms. Chapman stands on that. I'm still willing to offer that, but I don't believe there's a triable issue.
So what happened is this is a retaliatory eviction because I filed a civil rights complaint based on the fact that I needed handicap parking and that I needed accommodations not to be forced to take the internet. And so when
You needed accommodations for what?
not to have the internet, I had been involved in an accident. They were trying to force me to take the internet. And you can't force people, and fair housing was working with me. And so when I started asking about getting my money back,
Folks, goodness gracious, let me. Okay, go ahead.
so they started threatening me to evict me, to retaliate. And so that's how I ended up here because they didn't make me the accommodations.
But your lease is ended.
Yeah, because she kept holding, I got the proof that I would go in and try to sign the lease. She told
Yeah,
me.
but your lease ended, they don't have to offer you
I
lease.
understand that, but my lease had not ended. And they offered me a renewal, and then what they did was, when I went in to sign it, they would never let me sign it. She told me, don't help me. And so I'm leaving anyway.
When are you leaving?
I'm not sure as to the exact date, but I need time to move out, so.
So how much time do you need to move out?
This is Grace from SOS, Your Honor. I'm here with
Pardon?
Ms. Chapman.
Yes, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Ms. Chapman is working with Haverhill on Clark, which is a new property up in, I believe, Pittsfield Township. And we are just waiting for them to finish the last bit of their construction for her to be able to move in. I believe she should
So
be
when is that going to happen?
early April is what we're working on.
I offered to
So
give
I
her,
was gonna try to be out of there, prior to that, but, Mr. Jackson from Civil Rights had called them and asked them to wait 60 days. They would not wait 60 days, and the lease wasn't over.
I don't have any of that in front of me, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going,
I'm sorry.
my understanding is that you're going to move in any event.
I am gonna, yes, sir.
All right, so any claims that you have, which might be monetary claims, can be dealt with otherwise, for any type of violation that you have, but you're saying you want to move. My understanding is that your unit should be ready by mid-April.
Yes, sir, I can go check today.
Well,
SOS just said that, I believe, correct?
pardon? Yeah, I know.
Yes, we have not been
So-
given an official date, but that is what they've been saying for move-in dates to just in general from Haverhill.
And then I have another apartment complex, two more that just reached out to me. So I was gonna go meet with them on Monday to do the paperwork. Not just that one place, there's, two other places, so it's a total of 3 places.
Everybody done?
Excuse me?
Is everybody done? Okay, good. I'm gonna grant a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue after hearing in this case. And there is no redemption amount. The writ will issue April 25th.
Thank you, Judge. I'll submit a note, I'll submit a
So what is
judgment.
What does that mean?
They'll be out before then?
Yeah, you need to be out before then. I've extended, pardon?
Do I have an eviction on my?
Well, I'm issuing judgment, yes, because there's no agreement between the parties.
But, Your Honor, I'm just trying to go ahead and get out, and because I had, I didn't want to get a judgment. I just wanted to just work out time to move out, because Mr. French didn't tell me, he's telling me.
Counsel, put on the judgment that if she moves out, the court will set the judgment aside.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Judge.
Have,
That's all I'm-
have a good day. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Carla Green versus Dustin Mickles and Antoinette Mickles.
Your Honor, this is Darnisha Green, co-owner, and Carla's my wife. She's with her students. She's back with her students now.
Okay, well. Your name is not on here as plaintiff. So.
Can you hear me?
uh,
I'm on here. I just gotta do what I gotta do.
Oh, okay, Ms. Green, you are on. Okay, all right,
I'm
real
on,
good.
I'm on here. She was just speaking on my behalf because I'm on the way with my students. I work with students with disabilities. And I've been on here for
Okay.
like an hour, but I didn't know it goes like this.
Okay. All right. This is a termination case. And what's your reason for terminating? Is it a month-to-month lease?
Yes, it's been a month-to-month lease since last February.
Pardon?
It's been a month-to-month lease since last February 24.
Okay, and I see the 30-day notice. And sir, what's your position on being on the termination?
I've been trying to find a place because like our lease, like she said, our lease has been up since, well, it says on the paper since 2/28/25. That's when the lease expired, but it expired last year, that day. But I've been looking for housing and stuff like that. But I came into this house out of a program through the Alpha House, which is through Hawk. And I was given Section 8, and then they took my housing voucher from me. And so like I've been trying to find somewhere else, but I have a big family. And so I've applied for 23 different places and I've been denied. And
When you say somebody took your housing voucher, who took your housing voucher?
I think it would be RPI.
Okay.
And with my family, sorry,
When did that happen?
It happened in November. And then the program agreed to continue paying the rent. While I looked for a place, and I tried to explain to them I can look, but since my family is so big, I have to have a certain size. And
Gotcha.
I haven't found anything, sir. And the ones that I have found, I went to private landlords on Facebook, and a lot of those people are scamming.
Well, but I'm just trying to understand this. Right now, if you try to move, you don't have a voucher.
No, they took it from me, sir.
Okay,
Because,
no, I heard you. Just listen to my questions. I'm just trying to sort it out.
Okay.
And so the landlord in this case, Ms. Green, they haven't been getting anything paid they haven't been getting anything. Is that?
No.
When you say no, am I correct in what I said or?
Correct.
Oh, okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. So let me ask you this. If his voucher, because I don't understand why they removed your voucher. And I'm not gonna be able to sort that through today. I'm just trying to figure out, are you terminating because he doesn't have the voucher any longer and you're looking at the picture there? If he had the voucher, might this tenancy continue?
At this time, I'm just done with the whole rent thing. I don't want to go through these court procedures and all that. They didn't get the voucher.
You don't like coming to see me?
Absolutely not. I'm not a court chick.
Whoa. I'm now okay, Ms. Green. Now I'm hurt.
It's nothing towards you, but I'm just not. But
I got
the family really they took care of my property and everything. It's just like the system failed them, and I feel bad about it. But like I don't want to go through this whole process.
You mean in terms of the voucher being taken and?
No, they was in the shelter program from the beginning.
Okay.
And the lady, their worker, didn't ever follow through on anything. And so when she was the person that's supposed to help them get the voucher, help them. She failed them. I told this young man, it seems like he could do something legally with that, because how do you end up in a shelter and still end up homeless?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And that's why I was asking the question I was asking, because of something that Mr. Mickles said. Because it sounds like as long as the voucher was there, things were okay. But something happened with this voucher and the worker. And that, Mr. Mickles, how many people do you have in your household?
9.
Oh, boy. Okay.
One of which is a 3-month-old baby.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Have you talked to legal services at all?
No, sir. I tried to do some research about it, but I really haven't had much time because, like, we have been packing the house up, and like I work midnights, and my kids.
All right, listen. Write this number down.
One moment, sir.
Your Honor.
Yes.
This is Darnisha Green, a co-owner. What my wife is not sharing with you is that we haven't received payment. And like we feel for the Mickles family, but we can't afford both homesteads either. We have 5 people in college.
Okay, was anybody listening to what I just said?
Yeah, you said contact.
Here's what I'm indicating. I don't know if the reason I was asking is, could the tenancy continue if the voucher was there? I get the fact that there wasn't any payment. I understand that because the voucher got taken.
Oh.
My only question is why was it taken?
Regardless to the fact we want possession of our property.
All right, you need to put your name on the case because I'm just.
Well, Carla,
I got a family.
Because I'm the one paying the bills.
Ma'am.
Okay.
My court. This is the way it works.
I
Okay,
understand,
Judge.
but
let
I'm
you
going in
talk,
default. I'm going into default on my bills. This is a
Okay.
ripple effect.
Okay, Your Honor,
ma'am, I'm
I
gonna kick you
understand.
out. I'm gonna kick you out of my proceeding.
Bye.
She
Kick
finna
her,
log off.
bye. Kick her
She,
out. She's gone.
she finna log off. I apologize. I apologize for that, Judge. I apologize, but
You let her know she does not address me that way ever.
okay, I apologize. She just upset. She's putting her daughter
She can
through
be as
hard work.
upset as she can be as upset as she wants. I'm just going to ask the questions that I've asked. I've got somebody with 9 people in this household.
Okay, but
I've
I
got
can't
you
take
not
care of
getting
my
paid,
family. Right. Yeah.
and I get it. March 28th, I'm going to adjourn it out 1 week. Let them contact legal services, because here's what it is, Ms. Green, and what the problem's going to be. If he's got 9 in the household, I mean, it's going to be a bad situation all around, or can be, because I don't know a place that's going to be able to take 9. And so he's going to have a voucher to get himself out. And so I want to
So
give a
in the
chance for him to
meantime,
try to talk. I want to give a chance to have him talk to a lawyer to see why they terminated the voucher. All right. And then sort of work from there. Okay. Did I give him the number?
No,
but
you,
what I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you, Judge Simpson, whether he get the voucher or not, I want my property.
No, I
I'm a-
got you. But if that happens, it's going to be he can potentially move, but I've got to give him the opportunity to look at why the voucher was taken.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Give that number a call. Let them know that you had a voucher, that you no longer have it,
okay.
and that you're unsure as to why. And then let them know that your current landlord is terminating your tenancy, but that you've got this large family and you're trying to move it.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see where that gets us. So I'm going to set this for March 28, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. So folks, you need to be here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the other woman will not be allowed in my courtroom ever again, either in person or via Zoom. It will only be Carla Green that will be permitted. All right. So you can let her know that too, man.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.